All right. All right. So welcome to our business builders meeting. And we're going to cover a little bit later, we're going to cover the new enrollment packs that launched today, and then a couple other things that we have in store for you. But we have a very, very special guest tonight, our own Allie Mona. Welcome, Allie.
Thank you so
And
much.
she is going to be talking about her course, and she is a specialist in attraction marketing, and I think she even calls her technique a little bit different. And she has been helping several of us with selling online, and she is absolutely brilliant and the best coach that I have ever experienced in this type of work. And so, Allie, you have the floor.
Wow. That was quite the intro. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so just a couple questions first, but I do have a PowerPoint and you can have it. So don't feel like you've got to take copious amounts of notes. I mean, it's short, it won't take too long. But how many of you are active on social media? I can see all of you. So just by a raise of hands. Okay. How many of you want to be active on social media? Elizabeth, I'm looking at you. Is
At,
that something you want to be active
at,
on?
at some point, not quite yet, but yes.
Okay, awesome. And how many of you want to be more effective on social media? Like working a social media with a purpose. Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to help you do that today. And so I just want to start with a couple of, come on, share screen. There we go. A couple of frameworks to help us understand where we're going and then how to get there. Okay. So the framework for building our network marketing businesses online is a little different than building in person. And so the three stages that we focus on are attracting the right audience, building up your influence with that audience so that you can enroll them. And a lot of times when we get online, we tend to skip the attraction and the influence phases, and they're actually the absolute most critical phases that we need to focus on, okay, in the process. So let's get started here. Okay, so the influence trap. There is an influence trap that most people that I've coached, most people I've seen in the industry fall into when they start to build online. And what we do is, because it's the only thing that we know how to do, is we look to the people who are the industry leaders and we try to emulate exactly what it is that they're doing. But here's the truth behind their success is that they have spent most likely years of time growing their influence. Whether it was growing their influence online, maybe they grew their influence in person and then kind of moved their community into the online space. It doesn't matter what they do. Like, it doesn't matter if they repped a different company. It doesn't matter if they started a clothing line, right? They would still be successful. And the challenge with the industry leaders is if they were not strategically taught how they grew their influence, most of them don't even know exactly what they did to do it. And so they have a hard time teaching it and duplicating it throughout their teams. And emulating what top industry leaders are doing doesn't tend to work for newbies who lack online influence. So I work with a lot of people who have a certain degree of influence in person. And this was my story as well. I started my business. I lived in China for almost 2 decades, and I had tons of influence on the ground. And so when I started my business, I was able to have success right away based on that influence that I had built in person. And then when I went to transition that online, I fell into the influence trap as well, because the online influence isn't necessarily easily translated right by the offline influence that we have. And so instead of falling into the influence trap, we have to do the work of branding ourselves online in the marketplace, making a name for ourselves, and becoming someone of value who helps solve specific problems online. Okay, so we're not going to fall into the trap anymore. And Any strong business has to tackle one main challenge, and it's effective online lead generation. Now, if you're building in person, lead generation is something that you have to be focused on all the time as well. It's actually the top of any successful business people is always getting new eyeballs on you and on your message and on your stuff. And so we kind of go from hot to cold in this hot market. Maybe you've not heard this term. Most of us are used to warm market, but hot market is the people that we have what I call authoritative influence over. You tell them to jump, they say how high. And this might be family relations. This might be somebody that you've just spent a lot of time with, you've added tons of value to. Then there's warm market, where we have trustful influence. Somebody trusts us and respects us enough to listen to us. So when we start our business, either online or in person, we tend to have the fastest success with our hot market and our warm market. However, eventually, everyone who already knows, loves, respects, and trusts you will have heard that you're doing this thing. And so if we rely only on the hot and warm markets, our businesses will die. We just won't have any new eyeballs coming into the top of the funnel. And so that's where we start to enter the cold market. Our cold market is somebody who has only seen your stuff on social media and has decided that they are going to follow you and listen to you and allow you to influence them. In order to have success in the cold market, we have to build our influence online. Does this make sense so far?
Yes.
The framework? Okay, awesome. So there's two, in general, cold market, organic lead generation strategies. Let me break that down. Cold market, people who don't know you yet. Organic means it's costing you time, but not money. It's not paid ads. Lead generation is getting new eyeballs on your stuff. Okay. So there's two. There's cold outreach versus building a personal brand that does that for you. Okay. It's attracting new eyeballs, it's influencing them, and then eventually, when you build up enough influence, you're able to enroll them. So I want to look at both because I don't want to say that one is better or more effective than the other. They just have different pros and cons. So cold outreach, what that means is that maybe you haven't talked to somebody in a couple of years and you outreach them, see how they're doing and see if they're interested in the product. What this requires is a lot of work. It's a high volume of outreaches. It's a high volume of messages consistently, because remember, they're cold. So if you send out 50 messages, you might get one reply. You might get blocked by 5 people, depending, right? And it also requires a really thick skin and mental fortitude, because this involves just objectively a lot of rejection and a lot of ghosting. Okay. Especially now on social media, people have a really keen eye for the person who's reaching out kind of with a gift behind their back, trying to figure out the right time to be like, are you interested? Are you interested? Are you interested? Right. There's a keen eyeball for that these days.
And I want to interrupt real quick because I want to say I want you to talk about this story. So there was at one point, and most of us know this, that Dr. Stacy basically kind of had basically told us to go and message every single one of our friends on Facebook, and with a message that says, "Hey, girl," and whatever, to try to gain people's interest, at least 100 people. And Allie did not know that she had told like her whole downline to do that, but Allie ended up getting like several people message her with that exact message. so she was getting that
message.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, somebody told somebody to do something, because it was the same message, like from 5 different people.
Yes, 100%. And so eventually people just stop listening.
Yeah.
Right. They just stop listening because
it
not
doesn't sound authentic
value.
or sincere, right? It's not authentic. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're not adding value to their lives, even though your heart is in the right place.
Right.
Right. But if you don't hold influence over somebody, they're just never going to listen to you. It's just if someone doesn't hold influence over me, if I don't know, love, and trust them, I don't listen to them. So why would somebody listen to me? Okay. We can always turn that back on ourselves and be like, would I have responded to that? Probably not.
Yeah. And the thing is, Dr. Stacy has a ton of influence. I mean, she came to Lifeway with a lot of influence, you know.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So for most people with the cold outreach strategy only, they're just going to quit because there's just so much mental fortitude it takes to show up every day and feel that sense of rejection, feel being spammy, feel being inauthentic, and keep going. And this might be effective over time, and you might be willing to do it. But is it a strategy that your teammates are going to be willing to do and duplicate down the line? Okay. And over time, this strategy doesn't particularly build a positive brand reputation for you for the future. Okay. And in essence, yes, we're building our business, but we're trading our time for money in this case. You're not actually building an asset that will be valuable to you in the future, like building a brand will be. So, strategy number 2, building your brand. This also requires time and strategy and focus and commitment. Those of you who have been coached by me, you know that I'm a stickler on time and strategy and focus and commitment to doing it. Building your brand is skill set focused. And in the beginning, it's really helping you dial in on who you are, who you serve, and how you want to serve them. And it requires that you're able to offer value to the marketplace outside of just your product. Okay. And so that problem, if you're helping people solve pain, for example, maybe that is how you came into LifeWave. That's your hero product. That's what you want to lead with. Well, what if somebody doesn't buy IceWave? Do you still have strategies that can help them relieve their pain without them having to invest in your product? That is becoming a person of value in the marketplace, and value equates to influence over time. What you're doing in the beginning as you're building your brand, yes, you're training your time. Yes, it takes time. But what you're building is a multi-million-dollar asset, your brand, and a multi-million-dollar skill set. So we focus heavily on copywriting, content creation. How do you write hooks that connect? How do you have really effective conversations in DMs with people? Okay. And so influence built equates to money over time. It equates to you building your business over time. But in my experience, it's a much longer lasting, more effective use of your time than just the cold outreaches. Okay. So you've got 2 options. In the beginning, you might still be in your warm and hot market. And so you might still be doing those outreaches. But over time, if you're learning to build your brand online because it takes time, then you will be building that asset before you actually need it to produce, which is the right time to actually be focusing online. Okay. Now, what's not working online if your influence is low is just putting posts out about the products, about LifeWave, about, how they work. And it's because if you're doing that, you're actually branding your company and you're not branding you. And LifeWave doesn't need any help on the branding side of things. Like, they've got it. And so the time that you're spending online could be spent building your brand, getting your name and your message out there. Because the reality is that prospects don't care about LifeWave. They don't. They care that we reverse aging. They care that their skin gets better. They care that we take away pain. They care about the benefits of the products. And they're always asking WIIFM, what's in it for me? Always. Okay. And so we're talking benefits online, not the name of the company. And if you need proof of this, here's a little mini exercise. It's my favorite thing to do. I wanted you to think about a network marketing company that puts a bad taste in your mouth. We've got a couple of them. Okay. Now, imagine that you've come across a profile or somebody messages you and says, "Hey, I love your content," and you go check them out. And then their social media is plastered with this company that you just don't like. Does that impact how you think about this person? It does for me. Yeah. And so we actually lose the opportunity to connect authentically and influence that person if we're plastering LifeWave all over our social media? Because what if somebody comes in because with a bad taste in their mouth about the company because their neighbor hounded them for 3 years about getting started and was obnoxious and did all the things that turned them completely off? Okay. And so don't lose out on the opportunity, because how many times, here's another user case. How many times have you come across somebody, a potential customer for LifeWave, that goes, you know what, man, my neighbor told me about this years ago, but now it makes sense. I think I want to work with you. It's about you, not LifeWave. That's why they're opting in to work with you. And so we have to be pretty careful about how we use the products online, how we position the products online to make sure that we don't lose the opportunity to work with somebody. Okay. Now, you might ask, because this is the next question that goes through everyone's mind, well, where can they post? Right? Like, love my products. I love my company. Where can you post them? In a closed group that someone has elected to be a part of. Okay. By them electing to be a part of a group, then they've given permission, if you will, for you to educate them. And the reason that this is important is because your current customers, those who already have an account, they actually need to know the names of the products and exactly what they do so that they can buy them without you having to handhold someone through the process. And in a group, which I know your team has going, prospects can be invited there too, if there's reason enough for them to be there. Also known as a really valuable lead magnet, right? Something that's going to draw them into the group. The other place that you can put your products directly is in stories. If you already have a certain degree of influence, you do run the risk of losing people if you don't have a certain degree of influence. But stories disappear in 24 hours. And so if there's a promotion coming on, if something exciting is happening, then that would be the other place that you can put the products themselves. Okay. Now, here's what does work. And this works regardless of your current level of influence. Step number 1, defining who it is that you want to serve. Defining what product you want to lead with, right? Which patch out of all the patches do you love the most? And which patch fixes the pain point that you want to focus on? Okay. What works? Creating content that connects to these pain points and solves it for them, both with and without the product. Also creating curiosity. I have a little note here for me. Michael is the GM of another company that I'm with. And I saw him at an event last week and he goes, I knew you were doing something different because I looked at your page and I thought to myself, gosh, did she jump companies? I couldn't tell what you were doing. And I was like, yes, win. You're creating curiosity on your page. Gosh, I really love what she posts. I wonder what company she's with. That's what you're going for here. And what always works is creating value. Because if you can become a person of value, someone that somebody seeks out for X problem, your influence will skyrocket. Okay, here's some more things that work. Educating. What do you want to be known for? Do you know what people cannot argue with? You, your story, your experience. So being authentic and being courageously you works every time. Telling stories work. Right? Your stories, the stories of others. You guys have an entire library of stories that you can pop into, right? And pull out different stories and then make them relevant to the market that you're trying to serve. And what always works is getting new eyeballs on your stuff, the attraction behaviors and the influencing behaviors. They will work over time. Nothing here is instant success. Nothing here is overnight sensational multi-million-dollar revenue. This is skill set focused, but it does work over time. So here's what it takes to build your influence level. Time. Influence simply isn't built in a day. And we do not make sales in life, online or offline, without a degree of influence. And so here's a little, another little brain exercise. Have you ever found somebody that's been brand new to you? A new artist, a new speaker, a new author, right? And you just thought to yourself, gosh, where have they been? They must have been an overnight success. No. They've been operating in the dark for years before you found them. And that is what influence building looks like. So it takes time and it takes skills. There's a couple of really key skills that we focus on: identifying your target market and learning how to communicate with them. Copywriting. Copywriting is in everything you do. It's every time you open your mouth. It's every word you put on a piece of paper. It's in any time you're communicating, you're actually copywriting. Creating content that works, your hooks, your calls to action, using AI to create content that people can't actually spot is AI. That's a massive skill, right? Because AI content is all over the place. And once you know what to look for, you see it all the time and you just kind of roll your eyeballs as you become a marketer, right? Time, skills, and commitment. The commitment piece here is you're committing to practicing these skills over time until you get really, really, really good at it. Okay. Now, if you want to win online, it's actually simpler than you may have thought. It's not easy. Okay, let me be very clear. It's not easy, but it's simple. Okay, and when you learn the skill sets, it begins to click over time. You're going to learn to attract the right people. You're going to learn to speak with authority and authentically to what's hurting them right now. You're going to learn how to solve that pain, both with and without LifeWave. You're going to learn how to become valuable online and do that consistently over time. Then, when you're having conversations with people in the direct messages, you're going to learn how to have effective enrollment conversations and not scare them off. You know, people I scared off in the beginning? I scared off a lot of people because I was not effective in my DM conversation. That's a skill. And then the last skill is to create duplication systems for your team so that it's not just you winning at the top of your team, it's everybody winning the same time. Simple, not easy. And so that's why I'm inviting you into the course to learn the skills. Okay. So the Digital Edge is a course I created a number of months ago. And I call it, the tagline here is the cringe free online branding and sales mastery course for network marketers and social sellers, because I do not want you to be online feeling cringy, feeling spammy. Like the emotion that I get is like the retreat of like, oh, I really don't want to send these 100 messages, but I guess I'll do it anyway because I want to build my business. You do not have to build your business feeling like that. There is a more authentic, more effective way. Okay. Now, what is the course? Highly skill set focused. I think we'll hear from a couple of you in a little bit. I am a skill set crazy human, because if you don't get better in your skill sets, then you're just not going to see the success that you want. It's also very tactical, very step by step. When I created the course, I assumed that people knew nothing. Okay. And it's a blueprint. It's a pathway to learn how to attract, influence, and enroll your perfect prospects online. And a little bit of background about me: I have invested multiple 5 figures in learning from the best of the best. So attraction marketing has been around. They've been doing online digital marketing for network marketers for like 20 years. Okay, so I've made a massive time and financial commitment into learning it because I moved to Mexico 3 years ago, had no local network, and did not speak a lick of Spanish. So all that incredible skill set of building my network marketing business belly to belly in Asia was now utterly useless. And I thought, oh boy, I better learn how to do this right. And you can piecemeal it. There's tons of stuff out there. I just wanted to go to the source. Okay. I also have been an executive coach and a business coach for the last 10 years. And so the coaching element of the course shines through both in the course itself, but also in the coaching options. And then I'm doing this along with you. And so personal best practices and industry best practices, because I'm still paying member of the attraction marketing community. So I'm learning what's working over there and I'm incorporating it into the course. And so what will you learn in the course? To summarize it, you're going to learn how to build your personal brand effectively. Okay. Now, I can't say it's going to take you 3 months or 12 months or 2 years because we all come in with different skill sets, but I can tell you exactly what it is that you're going to learn. And you can see it here. Okay. You're going to learn to do all of the things that you need to do in order to effectively build your brand. Okay. Now, why is it free? Well, it wasn't until last week.
Well, I just want to say what a big deal this is, that Allie is basically allowing our team to have this for free. This is such a big deal, you guys. Such a big deal.
Jody,
Thank
It's a God thing. I was told to do it. And
Yeah.
I have just learned over the years to just listen. I just obey at this point. Because anyway, in my heart truly is for three different things. The industry itself, because it's the industry that has allowed me to, I mean, 10, no, 12 years ago, I quit corporate, and it has allowed me to stay with my family. I have four daughters now. Um, and I think my real big industry aha was one of my daughters needed an open heart surgery. She was born without the left side of her heart. She came to our family through a China adoption. And I was in the hospital with her for 6 weeks, and my business grew. And I was like, every single mother and father on the face of this planet needs this option, right? Because things happen. And so my heart is massively for the industry, and it breaks my heart when I see people doing a disjustice to the industry. And my heart is also for its leaders, right? You guys here work so hard. And some of the feedback I got from some of the coaching students was, gosh, how do I turn and teach this to my people? I can do it, but how do I teach it? Well, now you don't have to. Okay. So your team can come in and learn the tenets, learn the skill sets, and then you can mentor them through it as best as you can. And my heart is also for the baby builders in the industry, those that are coming in because they see a vision for what their life could be. And it's usually financial. People start here because they want more financial wiggle room or they want more time freedom. And free supports each one of these people that my heart is for. Yeah. Now, the caveat here is just because it's free, don't make the mistake of undervaluing it. Because I did not create it as a free course to just get out there and half it. This is the same course, guys, that the paying coaching students go through. Okay. And so diving in and valuing it as if you were paying for it is the only way to get the value that I promise here. Is that fair, Jody?
Yes. Yeah,
Annie? Yeah.
absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's what you get: the course itself and email support. So the course is again the same course that all the coaching students are working through together. And then weekly email support. So here's what it looks like. You get a Monday check-in email. That is a moment for you to take a moment in your week, early on the week, and just plan out your week, right? If you have an hour to work on your business, sweet, get it in the calendar and figure out what you're going to do. Okay. And then you're going to get a Friday check out email, 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon. And it's just a reflection. What went well? What didn't? What's your goal for next week? And those emails are just designed as touch points to make sure that you're staying connected to the course and the coursework. There's also a Telegram group that's for announcements. And then I'm really excited about this actually. You can look forward to some special 3-hour, 4-hour, half-day special events that are going to be skill set focused. Okay, you can come in and you can really get a little bit of training and then do the work together with some coaching. Okay. Now, don't take my word for it. Jody, Annie, Diane, you want to share a little
Anybody?
bit?
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll start. So I paid during COVID, I paid $5,500 for for a digital marketing course, learn how to write copy for other businesses, small businesses, and all that sort of stuff. It was tedious, and I have attended Ali's personal coaching course and done that, played for a couple of months now, and without no lies, so much more valuable for a fraction of the price and what I invested for that digital marketing course in COVID that I paid and I still didn't ever complete. So I highly recommend working with her. She's brilliant, and it's engaging, and you can do it. I mean, it's not overwhelming. It's like, okay, this is fun. I've got people to run with. So yeah, do it.
Yeah, and I've been working for a few months with Ali, and I did the course and plus her coaching, the group coaching, which is so valuable. And she does right now, I think she has at least 3 calls a week, so you can go to all 3 calls if you do the coaching part. And it was like, I mean, I signed up for the attraction marketing back when she introduced it to me because she wasn't doing this, and it cost a lot of money, a lot more than she's charging. And I was disappointed in that. And then when she did her free thing with us, and then she did her book club, which was $27 for 4 weeks and a couple calls a week, it was so good. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're so much better than who you learned from. And I said, Allie, please create your own thing, please. I begged her to do it, and she did. And now it's just taken off. And she's always learning and growing and sharing stuff she's learned and adding to the course and saying, I've added this module and this is going to be, and it's just, she keeps adding value every week, more and more value. So even if you start with the free course, which I highly recommend, and you could obviously take it at your own pace, the fact that this level of training is free is phenomenal, you guys. This is like, I cannot believe she's doing this, because this was $99 a month, the course was. And what's great is, in the other levels, I don't know if you'll talk about those, but you can come and go. Like, it's very flexible. If you want to get some coaching from Allie for like a month or two, sign up for one of the coaching levels, and then you can drop back down to the free and be on your merry way. And so it's kind of, and she just made it so easy to take advantage of it. And so, especially for people who say, I just can't afford either the time or the commitment or the financial, then just do it at your own pace. But I guarantee you, Allie, I am a trainer by profession, and she is so good. Her course is phenomenal, her coaching is phenomenal, and she holds you accountable to this stuff. But at the same time, she's a very loving, empathic leader, if you will. And I don't know anyone who's as good as she is. And we're so lucky that she's on our team. She's on our LifeWave team. And so it's just amazing. And I've learned so much, especially about target market, my target market. And I kept shifting it and everything. But now I feel like really good that that's what it is. And I feel comfortable moving forward. And because I have a really hard time marketing myself, like it's like my, Allie's like, Jody, like post some content, and that's my thing, right? But anyway, but what's so great is we're going to be able to duplicate this for you, with you guys, and help you and support you. Whether you're doing coaching with Allie or the free thing, because Annie and I, because we've been through this, and I'm still doing it, we're going to be able to help you guys with this and support you during it. And we've got all this stuff we've been building that's going to support that in the foundation, and it's going to be phenomenal. And we're going to blow people out of the water. It's going to be so good, and I'm so excited.
Well, and as far as I know, you're the only LifeWave team.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yeah. And I kind of want us to get our, kind of get going, and we got this, kind of the training already. And then we share it with, like Dr. Stacy's team or whatever, and then they can see, because they'll be going, what did those guys do?
Exactly.
How did they take off?
How did they explode?
Yeah, because then it gets that attention, and then and then everybody can see there's an alternative to sending 100 messages that say, "Hey, girl," or whatever. And I'm not balking at that. That works for some people. That's not me. That's not who I am, and that is so I, to me, this was like so good, because I've been online for a long time and I'm a geek. And so this was perfect for me to be able to learn this. And I already have some influence. And the first post I did got a zillion replies. And then I was like, oh my God, now what do I do? So anyway, I'm going to stop talking, but, and Diane can talk as well, because she's had experience as well.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I'd love to just say, I suppose for somebody who has been kind of basically intimidated when it comes to technology and finding my way around of that, I would not have embraced showing up online. But after that first 4 weeks with Allie, like straight away it became clear about her expertise in marketing and her brilliance around copywriting and her communication skills. But just to say, above all of that is what I come away with, and that is I've changed. I'm much more confident now. I'm more confident in knowing what I offer, and in knowing who I help, and in knowing having clarity around all of that. And that is that's right, that right there, I can stand, no matter what comments or anything that comes up, you know, whatever backwash that might be feared around social media. It doesn't matter. I can stand. It's like because of what Ali's course has brought out in me. So I think you would feel the same.
And I want to say I've noticed a huge difference in you, Diane, like night and day. Like you're
Likewise.
so confident, and I feel like you're
Same.
so like present in your body, and you feel, you know, you're just like you're empowered. You feel you look empowered, whereas before you
Thanks,
were kind of
Jody.
little,
Thanks.
you know,
I
little.
can
Yeah.
totally vouch because Mum used to, for those who don't know, Diane is my mother. Mum used to require a lot of my support in terms of doing things around social media and her brand and all that sort of stuff. And this has skyrocketed her completely. So because she's not even anywhere near asking me as many questions as she used to. So well done, Mum. Proud of you.
Oh, well, it's all thanks guys for that rah-rah. But if you want to feel like how I feel now, then Ali and the course is
Yeah.
really key to that.
Yeah, take advantage of
Well,
the
I
free
have to say
course.
that the three of you have dug in a way that has given you this success. It's not just because you have access to it, it's because you're showing up and you're doing the work.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the kudos goes to you because that's why you're having the success in the transformations that you're experiencing.
Yeah, and I think
So
yeah, because we're like, you know, because she does hot seat where you want to show your stuff and you get critique, and you get critique from Ali as well as from other people in the group, and so you have to be willing to put yourself out there and you know accept those, you know, that feedback.
100%. Okay, so if you're interested now, let me reiterate. The best time to learn this stuff is when you don't need it to convert into sales. Okay. If you need sales now, then you're calling up your girlfriends.
Yeah.
Right. You're having home parties, you're working a local network. And so I promise you, there's currently 20 modules live. I don't know. I've been working on it. So I don't know how many are live right now, but there will be 33.
Oh, wow.
Okay. We are building the ship while at sea because I want to make sure it's hitting the mark. And then I'm like, oh, I thought they knew this. They don't know this. Here's a module. Right. So we're building it at sea, which is awesome. But listen, even if you just did a module a week, right? A module a week, 2 modules a week in 4 to 6 months, you would be better educated than 99% of network marketers out there. That I can say with an absolute promise. Okay. So alimona.org, and let me
Put it in the chat.
Let me just show you that. Yeah. And let me show you what it looks like. Oh, I can just get out of here so that you know what you're looking at. Okay. This is alimona.org. Now, once
you're showing your Canva. Oh, there we go. Never mind.
There we go. Okay. So what you want to do when you hit the gain instant access, there's 3 options down here. Okay. Free option is here. You get the course and access to the live group coaching replay. So you're not live on the coaching. However, these are still wildly valuable because even if you're not in the hot seat, when you're watching someone get coached, automatically you are filtering it through what you need to hear. Okay, so all of the replays of all of the live coaching is there. Okay, so you just click here, get instant access. And then if my Mexican internet wants to play, it might not.
Mexican.
Okay. Okay. So name, email, name, phone number, and then there is no paid checkout. You'll just get an email to set up your password, and then you can go to town. Okay. Now, like Jody said, there are other options, right? So if you want access to the group coaching calls, then that's it. And if you want, this includes 2 private coaching calls. Honestly, start free, my friend. Get in there and see if I'm the right coach for you and if this is something that you want to commit to. Okay. By the time you're joining coaching, you've already made that commitment in your mind. Like this is the path that I'm going. This is a skill set I'm committed to master. And now I want the heck. Okay. So with 16 hours of coaching a month, the coaching cost is like $16 an hour. Again, it is my commitment to helping the little guys that keeps this affordable. Okay. So is there a chat? Oh, you put it in. Thanks, Andy. Yeah, now Cami popped off the call, but she said she's ready to get excited to get started. So if somebody could get her that link.
Yeah, I'll send it to her.
Okay, awesome. And then, yeah. Does anyone have any questions? Anything needing clarification? No, I'll jump in at once now.
Hello,
Yes.
you can hear me? That's good. I
Yes.
can't see anything, unfortunately. I have a question. What was
Yes.
this iMac.org, please?
Ali
no.
Mona.
I'll send
It's
it
my
to you.
name.
What
I'll
is
send
it?
it to you. I'll send it to you.
Oh, okay, because
yeah.
I can't see anything, so I'm not sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Jody can get that to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll send that to Cami right now.
No, the free course, Nolene, is not the same as the book club. The book club content covers modules 1 to 6 in the course. And then 7 to 33 are all new strategies, new skills.
And she doesn't need to do the book club anymore because she's doing the course, which is a zillion times more information. And it's all free.
Yeah.
So, which is amazing. I mean,
so Nolene, get in there because I knew you wanted to keep learning.
Yeah.
Question, Ali.
Yes.
So
Annie.
my account was on pause.
Mhm.
How do I reactivate with the free access?
I just paused your payment.
Okay.
So try to get in there again. And based on student feedback, I put in, so if you just remember alimona.org for everything, the student portal is now here.
Sweet.
Okay. Because if you had a hard time finding the student login or whatever. So Annie, this is me logged in, but try to put in your former credentials into here.
Yep.
And see if it lets you in. If it doesn't, ping me.
Okay. Easy.
It should.
Thanks.
Yeah. No worries. All right. Well, I know that you ladies have, yeah,
Let me ask one question. So this allows us to get access into that basic thing. And then we're really doing this on our own. We do a module a week on our own. And so basically this is self-study is basically what you're saying.
Yes.
But she gets that email support checking in on you.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to be, and I want to make sure that everybody who starts the course, let us know because we can keep you accountable. And we can go over stuff because we've already gone through the first several modules. And so we can help you guys and work with you guys until you feel like if you want to, get or can afford coaching with Ali, we'll be coaching you for free. So.
Yeah. So I recommend once every other week, once a month, just check-ins. And so, yeah, this is a real leadership opportunity to hold yourself accountable to the goal in the learning. And those emails, the check in on Monday and the check out on Friday will help with that, Nolene. Oh, they took your course away, Annie. Okay. Okay. Can you now sign up for free again?
Oh, that's
using
a
that
good
free
idea.
link? Yeah. Just sign up again and make sure that it works and then ping me if it doesn't. That's good to know. Course is no longer there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a way, Nolene, it's a way for Jody and Annie and Diane to come in and share, stretch their leadership as well in their coaching with what they're learning. And yeah, so they'll be more than equipped to support you along the journey.
And eventually, when we have all this up and running and we're all making tons of money, I would love to be one of your coaches, Ali, eventually. Because I know you're going to have a team of coaches. Yeah.
So. Yeah, you will be. I've got my eye on a couple of you. Just saying. Just saying. Yes. All right, you guys good? Excited? I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Amazing.
for
Thanks,
you.
Ali.
Yeah,
all right. If there's any other questions, you guys can bring them to me.
I just want to say it's Mondo Way Up and huge because the book club was amazing, but the course is phenomenal. It's out of the park. So to have access to that course and your brilliance there, Ali, is just the bee's nest. So thank you.
it for free, you guys, and have access to the coaching calls, that's huge. Because those coaching calls were, I mean, I learned so much from the coaching calls.
So may I make a recommendation? If you're
Yes.
going to go through the course on your own, okay. Now, I'm not long-winded, so if I can teach it in 5 minutes, I teach it in 5 minutes. Okay. So I can't say like every module is 30 minutes. You just got to look in there and plan your week out accordingly. But if you can squeeze in one block a week to listen to one of the coaching calls, just one. Because over time, Jody and Annie and Diane can attest, I get in your head as a coach because I ask the same questions. Like there's methodology to the coaching. And so if you're listening to the coaching calls as well, you will get coached along the way. It might not be your stuff you're looking at, but you will glean so much from, I mean, there's months and months and months and months of coaching calls.
Well, and
right now.
especially if it's a call that I'm being coached or Diane's being coached or Annie's being coached, I recommend listening to those because it's going to be more applicable to what you're doing and your target market, most likely.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have coaching, it's just not direct, but they're incredibly valuable to your journey. I'll get in your head. Do you agree, ladies?
You'll see like, because there's a worksheet in there that's for your target market. And when I first filled that out, I thought, oh, I got it going on, And then when I saw her coaching somebody, I was like, oh, well, okay, I didn't do this right. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is what she wants. And then when she was coaching me, and I was like, and she was like drilling into the emotions and everything, and you're like, oh my gosh, like it was just one of those like this where I was like, oh my gosh, now I get it. And then I see how many stories and how many things I can post that are related to that from my own life that will attract my target market to wanting to follow me as a person and a brand, and not necessarily because I'm going to be selling them a product, but it's more like, and it's more along the lines of like, why would I buy something from Jody? Or why would I want to work with Jody as opposed to someone else? Because we believe in our team that we are supporting the people that are our customers and our brand partners. So we're supporting them in their health journey, and we're supporting them in their financial or their business journey. And so we want to be there to support them. And so that means so much to somebody, rather than somebody just having products online and just signing up people and just having numbers. No, that's where you lose most people. They won't stay on the patches, because, and so that's why we want to be there for our people and support them, because we want everyone to get well and to thrive. That's our goal. And so physically as well as financially. So.
And by building a brand, ladies, they're going to be able to find you. Like the people who are on their knees, praying for support, are going to be able to find you. Right? By building your brand. That's that magnetic attraction. And why would somebody work with Annie over Nolene, over Elizabeth, over Jody? Like that's where your unique brand comes in. And it's so powerful when you're working with people that you are uniquely, with your background and your story and your pain and your experiences, are designed to work with.
Yeah.
That's what you get to do when you build your brand online.
Exactly. And also I feel like that's going to attract people to our team that want the financial opportunity, that they're going to get the support, whereas there isn't any other Life team that's going to give them this, but we are. And so that's to me very attractive to anybody to say, this is the level of support you're getting with this team, that we're not going to let you fail. We're going to pick you up and we're going to help you along the way. You got to plug in though, and you got to come with us.
You got to play.
Yeah.
You got to play.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank
and
you,
all right, ladies.
We'll put
You're
this,
very welcome, Elizabeth.
We'll put this recording up, as soon as we're off, and it's got to download or whatever, but we'll put it up tonight, hopefully. And then maybe, Allie, if you want to send me like a little blurb that can go along with this, that, so
Absolutely.
for the opportunity, because, there's some people that couldn't come, and I want to make sure that everybody understands that they have an opportunity. to get this
Awesome.
course for free, which
You
is
said
awesome.
we would get the PDF of your
Yes, I'll send the
presentation?
PDF out too.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just a nice review. It's just, the framework, because I think I certainly didn't prioritize learning because I didn't realize it was a whole separate skill. I thought, I know this. I know how I built a 6-figure business belly to belly, and then I flopped online and I was like, oh, I think I need to upskill, right? And so I think that framework is just to help us understand that there is actually skill involved in building that brand online. And
Mhm.
if there's skill involved, it can be learned. It's not
Yes.
magic,
Right.
right? It's actually possible for every single one of us to build that online.
Yeah.
And now you have the roadmap. So
Exactly. And there's so many
please
people
use
that
it.
did,
Please.
like the lady in Touchstone Essential started from nothing, and now she's like $60,000 a month. And then the lady that I found that you found, she just
Yes.
started with one thing. She posts the same thing over every single day, and she's
Literally every day.
there. So
Yeah.
she's figured it out. So
They cracked it.
she cracked
Right.
it. She cracked it. Yep.
All right, ladies.
Right.
I know you guys have to jump to another call too, but
Thank you.
so much
Ally.
love
Thank
to
you so
you. Thank
much.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you for the
Ally.
opportunity.
Thank
so much.
you. I'll see you
Of
soon.
course. All right, guys.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Um,
Thank you.
So when I know we don't have too much time. We have 5 minutes. The enrollment kits launch today. So and Annie's already put out, I think, the training from Garrett on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much more we need to say about that. If you guys have questions about that, that was really the main thing that I wanted to share in addition to this. And I'm so excited that Allie is giving this to us for free. This is such a big deal, you guys. You have no idea. I mean, she is giving you something for free that attraction marketing charged $7,500 for, and hers is better.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
So after I heard her the first time that you guys had her on, I wasn't ready to do the book club, but I was going to in the
Mhm.
future. But now that's incorporated into this free course. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the book
Okay.
club is unnecessary now.
Yeah.
Because that stuff is in here, but this is like 1,000 times more information than the book club.
Right. Right.
And
the
it was
fact
key.
that-
I heard what she said was really key. I thought I twigged to that when she said, if you're desperate to make money, if you're making money now, it's not the time. So it's like in your case, Elizabeth, because I know that you're not ready yet, it's perfect time for you to dive in and just absorb the information,
Absolutely.
because it's not like you have to click on the switch and ready, set, go.
Right.
No,
Right.
it's perfect.
And we can, spend a portion of this meeting every week talking
Go
about,
over.
target marketing and the stuff that you're learning in the course, and help you. That can be a portion of this meeting, because, we'll do updates, but to me, this is such a big deal, and this is going to help us become so much more successful doing this and working like this. And we have the support system to help you, and then we'll be able to duplicate this with anybody that comes along. So like if you're too busy to kind of onboard your person or whatever, you just plug them into the meetings, plug them into us, and we'll have a whole onboarding guide. And I was thinking about that, Annie, just like a business builder onboarding guide that has like what they need to do, and this can be just part of the thing that comes with being on our team.
Love it.
Just helps us get closer and closer to you being a bigger team than Dr. Stacy's.
I know. Wouldn't that be awesome? So
Gauntlet thrown. Gauntlet thrown.
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
May I say that I couldn't see anything. I've got a technical issue again. I've got to get over those problems, but I think that's God's gift. I need to learn all the skills necessary. Absolutely. And even though, I do need to make money, but you have to first learn the skills, and there's just everything I need to learn. I need to learn everything.
Yeah.
So that's all right, Saskia. There'll be plenty of YouTube replays you can plug into. You can watch them on your tablet, so you can see.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
Anyway, I know Jody will help me with that. She helped me with something yesterday with my iPhone that was just unbelievable.
I increased her font size and did the bold text so
Yeah,
that she can
Nice
read.
one.
Right.
Now not only that, she
Game
created
changer.
a chat with putting everything into it with regard to LifeWave, and of course, I'm always busy with other things. But anyway, no, I look forward to that, and of course, there are a number of things that I didn't understand because I can't see anything, but I understand that it's we study on take our own pace, model a week or something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there's access for a lot of things, and it's free except if you want to have coaching lessons with her.
Exactly. And that'll
Yeah.
be
But you'll
great for
still get
anybody.
access to the replays of her
Yeah.
coaching sessions. So that's
Yeah, and
also
that's
invaluable.
amazing because you can learn from that. And also anybody that you enroll, like Delaney, this would help Delaney so much because she's online,
Yeah.
right? And she's very tech savvy. And
Oh, she's very tech savvy.
yeah, she's very tech.
Absolutely.
So this would be great for her to plug into the free training for her. And then anybody else, that we enroll under you, that you have a lot of people that that I think are going to become brand partners or customers that that can plug into this for sure. And it works with not just LifeWave, but with anything that you want to sell. You're building your online brand for people to follow you and for people to trust you. And so that, with guidance, with coaching, with, all kind with whatever products you have, because Noeline is a freaking detox expert, and she has all kinds of protocols that she is experienced with and helps people. And so she wants to create a complete solution. And so this is going to help her build her brand about her expertise in general. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, one thing with me is, as you know, Jody,
I have to go. Our other
yeah,
meeting has started.
okay.
Yeah.
Very,
So
very
if you
well.
want to get on the other call, we got to get on the
Yeah.
other call.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
okay. All right. Bye.
Yeah. Bye,
Bye.
everyone.